know you want to checking some things out. This one right here, this is one of those manifolds I built up a while back on the AR-60 diaphragm pumps. And today I want to fire that rascal up. I hadn't had an opportunity to try it out yet. It also gives me an opportunity to check out a spray gun I've been seeing, which is this water boss spray gun, water gun. I want to hook it up to this AR-60 today and see what's going on. So I got my water boss gun in, come in this box right here. When I opened it up, I got my gun. Of course, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start pulling that trigger in, looking at it. But then I noticed I got some bits and bobs in there. Let's get all of that out and get my instructions out. So of course, like any good old boy, I get my bits and bobs out and I start looking at them, figuring it out on my own, you know, because I don't need this, right? Well, then I got to looking at this bit and this bob and that piece right here. This I have figured out. That's my swivel for the end of my gun. But as I'm looking at the parts breakdown and identify these, this is my seal. No big deal, I got that right. Number 3, valve seat. They call it a valve seat. I see it, it's got a concave edge to it, like it. And a red, a number 2, being a nozzle. I've got 2 of them, a blue one and a red one. I don't see an obvious difference other than the color immediately. So, start reading it over really good. And I mean a really good. Nozzle, number 2, with an asterisk by it. I hope you can see that. So there ain't no description for the asterisk down there. So what do? They put their phone number on the bottom, so I call them rascals. Here's the deal. Inside the gun is a small nozzle, stainless steel in color. Next, we had the other 2, these nozzles right here. Blue is going to be a medium-sized nozzle, and the red, it's large. They didn't give me any numbers that correlated to a nozzle size, just small, medium, and large. Seeing as how we're fixing to test this AR-60, to me that seems big. I'm going to swap out and put my large nozzle in. I'm going to hang on to my little parts breakdown. It could come in handy for me. I'll put it in my box. Let's go ahead and pull my gun down and screw that nozzle right there. I can see that orange piece right there. That's that seat sitting in there like so. We want to see if I can pull that off. How hard is that going to be? See if we can just work it off there with my fingers. Yes, it's not that hard. It did seem to push off so far and stop. But that should be the small. The red should be the large. I do see a difference in the size, so I'm going with the large. Well, that seemed quite simple. Let me get my swivel on. Well, there's my gun, here's my swivel, and they got me some of this good blue tape. Let's get a little bit on there, and I'm going to show y'all one more time how to put tape on a fitting. Always go in the direction that you're going to want to turn to tighten it. Get your 2 wraps, 3 wraps on there. Leave you a starting point on there. Don't crowd that stuff up to the end. And don't build it up till it's this big around. It's just to seal. Oops, she got a little joint there, ain't she? Now, I got me a little old test hose made up to use. Normally you have, 100 plus something feet of hose on there for yourself, but I just got me a little short run. I'm testing. I ain't stretching it around the corner. Put your tape on. And that's my setup. I'm gonna be working out of this little barrel for a tank. I've got the pump plumbed with the inlet hose, my bypass hose, and my spray hose right down to my gun. So even though this unit's electric start, it's more trouble to hook up a battery than it is to rip the cord. Fuel on, choke, switch. Hey, but before I crank this up, I want to make sure I got this lever. I got this lever right here in the up position, that's spray. In the down position is bypass, so that no pressure is going to build in the system, and it'll just cycle back into my bucket. Oh, hey, I'm gonna be fancy. It's a barrel. Look how much water I got left down there. That's it. That rat's gonna run through that water, didn't it? Golly. Man, I'm been impressed with that. I'm gonna walk out here where this grass is still wet. And I'm a bit curious, how doggone far was that? Getting to the end of it. I'm up to here. Found it. Let's go see what it says. Let's see. Man, I'm gonna call it 59 feet. Wow. Imagine how that could be used in the hands of somebody knowing what the devil they were doing. I've got to play with a lot of little pumps and things, but I've never got to really play with the gas diaphragm pump family. None of them. That's probably the second one I've ever pulled the trigger on, and well, the first one I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of interest in it, but nonetheless, you know, that's changed. And man, I tell you what, that's throwing some distance. That's throwing some serious volume. That AR-60. And I don't know how much of it's the machine, how much of it was that gun. That gun, it was slinging that stuff on out there. I'm gonna try some of these other machines on that water boss. Where's my gun at? I mean, I see that being a usable tool right there. That daddy rabbit was throwing that stuff down line. I got some more stuff I gotta go get tested up. I hope you enjoyed seeing what the machine does. It moves fluid, it sprays it. What do you want to do with it? Whatever you want, it moves liquid. And with the adaptation of the gun, the water boss that I used today, you can spray said liquid. I really appreciate you checking out my little video on the diaphragm pump and the water boss gun. I hope you'll come back next time. We're gonna play with something else. Well, I hope we play with something else. I got some stuff. I got some stuff. Yeah. We'll see y'all.